Well, ain't that a pretty looking truck? I think that is definitely an upgrade compared to the last one. What's going on, you guys? Mini Truck here, back with another video. How's it going? I hope you guys are doing well. Hope you guys are out there making some money. As you can see, we are in another truck, 2024 Cascadia. Look at this thing. Let's go back to it. 63,000 miles on it. This thing's practically. So if you watched my last video, old truck broke down. That was a 2016 Cascadia. Had almost 600,000 miles on it. Rear end started giving me some trouble. Luckily, I was right there at the house. They had the truck towed, and they found me another truck. They said, hey, this one just came in. Driver just turned it in. You know, it'll be ready whenever you want to come get it. And that was last Thursday the truck broke down. Friday is when they told me that. Saturday I came and picked the truck up. Brought it home, got all my stuff put in it. Thought I'd talk a little bit more about how things have been going here, kind of how my last week's been, what's been going on. It's been kind of a crazy week, honestly. Excuse me, I'm getting over a cold. So like I said, last Saturday we picked up this truck. Had to go up to Loudon and pick it up. My wife brought me up there, drove it back. Love this truck. It's really nice. It's nice to have a spot for the mini fridge. There we go. If I can point my finger the right direction. Spot for the mini fridge, the microwave, even having the double bunk's nice, even though I'm not using it, just to have the extra storage space. About this model Cascadia, it's a lot nicer than the old model Cascadia. Now this one is it's no high-end model by any means, but it is a lot nicer than that other truck. So that other truck, you know, like I said, 2016, almost 600,000 miles. It was bare bones, as basic as you could get it. Besides the fact that somebody had an inverter installed and it had a legacy seat. Somehow I had one of the legacy seats in it. Somebody, you know, I don't know if the seat got tore up, someone had that put in, I don't know. But that was the only two benefits of that old truck. That and the fact that it did 68 miles an hour. And I say that's a benefit because this one only does 66. There's three downsides to this truck. It only does 66. It has the lane departure warning, so if you so much as hit that white line, it does this buzzing noise and cuts the music out. And then number three being that if you go to back up, it cuts the music off as well, which that's just kind of my own personal thing. I kind of, you know, listen to music no matter what. It helps me concentrate, but it's not a big deal. I'm not going to complain because it's nice to be in such a nice truck. Though it might not be, you know, no long nose Pete. It's not the fanciest model, you know, no leather seats, but the rest of the stuff is nice and it's good enough for me, right? So got all my stuff in it last Saturday. Left the trailer sitting up there at the Pilot in Gordonsville. In the meantime, while I got all my stuff in the truck, and decided to go ahead and I just keep the truck at the house till Monday. That way when I head out, I can just drive up there, hook up, and head out. Didn't have to have my wife bring me or nothing, and make getting all my stuff in the truck easier too. So Monday, I go up to the truck, and it gets me a load. I go up, it takes the truck, go up to the trailer, my bad, go up to the trailer. And I go to hook up to this trailer, and I can't help but notice that somebody's busted my kingpin lock. Which I had my own lock. It was something I had from when I was an owner-op. And it was busted. Still on there enough to, like, it was on there and you couldn't just pull it off, but it was busted. I don't notice the door on the trailer was open. There was grease all over the door handle, like someone had wiped grease from the kingpin and wiped it all over there. And then inside the trailer, There was trash, piss jug. There was a literal bag of shit. And I could see where someone scraped the side of the trailer backing up. So I had to call my dispatcher. I had to call safety. I was really irritated. Because I mean, just who does that crap, you know? I'm guessing it was some steering wheel holder that was pissed off that they didn't have a parking spot and that somebody had dropped their trailer, not realizing the trailer had been dropped because their truck had broke down. So I had to clean up that mess. Then I went to get fuel. My Pilot app wasn't working. Wasn't able to get my points or nothing. So my first load this week, I go up to Alcoa, pick up a load going to Charlotte, North Carolina. As I was en route to Charlotte, the system went down. All of P&S. That was a headache for everybody. But he already had me preloaded on another load. I had to deadhead back to Alcoa from Charlotte, get reloaded, and head to Sherrill, South Carolina. Head out there to Sherrill, get unloaded, and then from Sherrill, he had me another load picking up in Conway, South Carolina. And that was about 2 hours away. I get to the shipper. I was told I could pick up anytime Thursday or Friday. No, sorry, Wednesday or Thursday for the load to deliver Friday. The load has to deliver on Friday. Can't be delivered early. So I get out there Wednesday evening. The system was still down for P&S and Loudon and all the other companies owned by P&S. So that was kind of a pain in the ass to deal with. Had to constantly check in with dispatcher, you know, send him all my information and stuff. He had to text all the information over to me. And so I go and get to the shipper, and they were closed. So I realized about that time that I'm only about 15 minutes from Myrtle Beach. I've never been to Myrtle Beach. I've always wanted to go to Myrtle Beach. So I figured I'd make this somewhat not so good week, trying to say that positively. And I'd go down to Myrtle Beach and check it out. So I do some checking on where I can park the truck and you know, where I can eat and still be close to the beach and stuff. And I find a spot, so I drive down there, find a spot right off the beach, and it's cool because it's not tourist season, so it's not that busy. Walk down to the beach, got some seashells, got some sand to bring home to my wife and my daughter. Got to sit there on the beach and just kind of enjoy it. It was a little chilly. It's only about 60 degrees. I mean, I guess compared to being on the ocean and stuff. But got to sit there and enjoy it and just listen to the waves crash and the seagulls and the sea. And it was just real peaceful. And it was a nice little mental break. Even if I was only there for about 45 minutes, it was still nice to get to enjoy. After that, I went and grabbed something to eat at a local restaurant. It was a little steak and seafood place. Really good food. I think it was called Angus Steak, Angus Steakhouse, or Angus Steak and Seafood, something like that. Little place out there right off the beach. Really good food. So I kind of relaxed for a little bit. Then we drove back up to the shipper. Got loaded up today. First lumber load I've hauled since I've been here. And I just said the other day, I haven't hauled a single lumber load since I've been here. Finally got one. Not bad though, heavy as hell. I mean, I think this load's like 48,000 pounds. I know I've got to be overweight. I did not weigh, because not only the system, I thought it was real funny. Let me talk to y'all about this, and y'all tell me y'all's opinion on it. So Monday I had problems with the Pilot app, right, and doing mobile fueling. Also, at one point, I did have a little bit of a problem using my fuel card, like actually going and trying to use the fuel card at the pump. Then the system for P&S went down. Their whole system went down. And I mean, it was hard for people to get dispatched on loads and payroll, and everything was messed up. P&S app wouldn't work. Nothing was working right. The whole system was down. Then today, early this morning, AT&T went down. Like, almost their whole system. And it's weird because it was AT&T and a few other, and a lot of people that use like the same towers as AT&T were also having problems. And I thought that was real weird that all that happened. All these system issues. And it was weird because, so I couldn't use my phone. I never even did send the pictures in on this load. So here at Loudon, you have to send in pictures of your lumber load, right? I couldn't even send my pictures in. Hell, I didn't finally have service back until a couple hours ago on my phone where I have AT&T. But it was weird because my wife had service all day. She had service just fine. The only way I was finally able to call her is going to the truck stop and using the Wi-Fi to do Wi-Fi calling and get a hold of her. Almost bought a Harley today. I went in to go get a shirt, parked at that truck stop to call my wife. Went in to go get a shirt for my dad because it was his birthday yesterday. And figured I'd get myself a shirt too, you know. And this lady was trying hard to sell me a bike. And we get to talking, and she finds this bike that just what I was looking for. I ain't going to go into all the details. I think it was a Breakout, a 2024 Harley Davidson Breakout. And it was a little bit bigger than the Sportster, a little bit smaller than the Softail. And yeah, a little bit smaller than the Softail, a little bit bigger than the Sportster. Real nice bike. Found it in my favorite colors, which is blue, silver, and black. I mean, they were talking about even having it shipped to my house and for free and everything, like, and I was approved, like, no money down. Like, the amount of effort it took to not do that was insane. So you gotta watch out going to them Harley dealerships. They do a good job of trying to sell you something, I'll tell you. So it's been a crazy day, been a crazy week. So sorry to ramble on a little bit there, but that's how my week's been. Been a crazy week. I do want to touch on some other stuff though. So we've talked about, you know, am I going to stay at Loudon? Am I going to leave Loudon? And I have made the decision that I am going to be leaving Loudon. Now, I want to start off, they are a good company. They are good people. I've not had any issues. I've not been harassed about the camera. And any camera events, which I've set the camera off a couple times, you know, mainly hard braking. But I've never had nothing said to me. I've never had nothing said to me about speed. I've never had nothing said to me about anything. They have been just relaxed and laid back about things. They tend to leave you alone unless they really need something from you. You know, they treat you with respect. They talk to you with respect. They'll cut up and joke around with you. You know, a lot of the drivers I've met have all been real cool and easy to talk to and helpful. Pretty good equipment. You know, yeah, my other truck was kind of old, but I mean, hey, even then, you know, it was not a bad truck. But breakdowns happen, you know. Shit happens. I ain't mad. You know, I'm thankful that it didn't happen up in Michigan. I was supposed to pick up a load and go to Michigan. I'm thankful it didn't happen there. It happened right down from the house. It happened, like I said before, it happened to be my wife that noticed the oil. So I just jumped out of the truck and started talking to her when she pulled up. And I probably would have noticed it. I'd have walked around and checked everything before I left. But, you know, so that happens. Not a big deal. I almost forgot to go off duty. Or a sleeper berth. Not a big deal. But the thing is that seems like the most money you're gonna make here is $1,000 a week. You know, and you have your weeks where you can, you know, every once in a while you can see, you know, $1,500. I would have done that last week if the truck didn't break down. I'd have done a little over $1,400. You know, I thought it was maybe me. I thought it was maybe the way I was running. You know, I've tried to make sure I'm being real efficient on the way I do things and getting loaded, get unloaded, seeing if I can't get there early. You know, try to have everything ready to get loaded up. You know, if I'm somewhere, you know, getting coils or whatever, you know, have everything ready to go, throw the chains and get out. You know, in and out, try as quick as I can. But after talking to probably 10 drivers at this point, they've all told me the same thing. What I've been making is about what you're going to make here. I talked to a driver yesterday. When I was coming through Charlotte, heading to Sherrall. They called me saying, "Hey, do you have any extra lumbers on your truck? We got a driver nearby that needs some." And I was like, "Yeah, we park over here at this truck stop, and he can meet me over here, and I'll give him what I got." And I was talking to him, it threw me off because he was in a Loudon truck pulling up with a P&S flatbed, right? And that just kind of threw me for a loop, even though I know we're all owned by P&S. But we got talking with him, and he's like, "Yeah, you know," he's like, "I came over here because I just wasn't making enough money at Loudon," and got talking to him about what I was making. He's like, "Yeah, that's all you're gonna make." And he ain't the first driver to tell me that, so with that, it was kind of just I need to go. I'm not going to be over the road making $1,000 a week. I can go home and make that same money and be home with my family every night, and do less work. Now, it ain't that hard over here because it's Conestoga, you know. Chaining ain't that hard. I mean, I think personally throwing straps is harder than doing chains. But, you know, you got the Conestoga, so you ain't got a tarp. That's the hardest part about flatbed. So, you know, I've got an opportunity to go back to pulling containers, what I was doing before when I was owner op. I got a chance to go back to that company and take home $1,000 a week after tax, you know, or more as a company driver. So probably gonna end up doing that. You know, like I said, the folks here at Loudon are awesome people. It's just the money. It just ain't worth, you know, in my opinion, not when I can go home and make the same money. So, but like I said, you know, I'm not hating on the company, not hating on the people, good people, thankful for the opportunity, thankful for the truck. They were real quick to get me moved into this truck and to try to keep me rolling, and I really didn't lose much time, you know. So, very thankful. But I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap this video up. It's about 18 minutes long, so I appreciate you guys watching. I hope you guys have a great night. Hope you guys are doing well, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Y'all be safe out there. Peace.